are back yet again for the third session in the final episode of Season 4. You are listening to the IBGR.network, of course, and IBGR, although it's our call sign as a radio station, you know by now we're far more than a radio station. If you've listened to some of my amazing fellow hosts around the world, if you've listened to me, if you've actually been on the website, you've actually visited the Facebook page and also the Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, you know that we're much more than that. We're actually a group of entrepreneurs coming together for your success. And I am your host, Jan Robberts, the inspirational entrepreneur. And as I said, we're in the season finale even. And this is lesson number 13. And we're just having a nostalgic look back, but also some of the powerful stuff that came out of each episode I carefully chose at the beginning of the season, and I hope I did all of them some justice, that you got something out of every episode. To find that out, you can actually download the show notes, which will give you a brief overview what I'm talking about just now, but also the show notes of every session are downloaded, as well as the podcasts from every show are downloadable as well. And the app, you can also download the app, and when you download the app, you can also be. You never have to miss another moment of my fellow host and everybody else. And this is my not only the final one of season 4 for me, but my final one for the time being, at least. As I said before, I will be leaving the house, but I certainly won't leave the family. I will remain an integral part of the IBGR family, because 8 months every week has been amazing, and I have to give my grateful thanks to everybody, my fellow show hosts who are absolutely amazing, my Donna Kunde and Bill Eastman. I do it on every one of these podcasts, so we don't miss it, but I need to be thanking each and every one of them, and especially those two, because they're powerhouses of note, and the backbone of this whole radio station, which is going up and away. And it's amazing where the growth is already been. We're more than 161 countries around the world just now. But you can go to our website, IBGR.network, and download the show notes, as well as find out much more about the whole IBGR network, and join our community. Become an integral part of the community. You can connect with people there and have real conversations with people, and there's a lot of support and help and guidance available for you. Now, in episode 7, I talked about the habits and the simple kind of habits entrepreneurs should acquire if they haven't got them already. Now, to become, and it's necessary to become more successful. Oh, wipe my nose a bit. See, awareness is key, as you cannot change what you do not know about. It's as simple as that. Sometimes people will tell you what you need to know if you ask them. If you're brave enough to ask them some of the things. But however, once you become aware of those habits that stand in the way of your success, you have a choice to make. Will you change them for the real benefit that will surely bring, or will you carry on as normal, hoping that it will be okay in the end? Now, hope is not the best strategy we ever had. Yes, we all need to have hope, because where there's hope in the future, there's power in the present. But that's a different kind of hope. That's not just hoping about your business. It all comes down to the choices you make. And if you don't make choices, somebody else makes them for you. It's a simple quote. You're either at the table or you're on the table. Think about that. But which habits serve you and which you need to dump? And that is your choice. And if you're not sure, think into that. Become aware of the habits you've got. And if necessary, ask your family, ask your friends, and ask them to be deadly honest about this, because you want to know. If you're brave enough, and you should be, get to know yourself is one thing, what I just talked about for the last one. But this is also a part of getting to know your habits. See, when you know your habits, you know which ones are good, which one serves you in the purpose you're going and building your business and of course your family life. Don't forget that. But there is habits that probably don't serve you, never have done, and certainly now you need to dump them, because if not, they will stand in your way. There'll be a block to your success. Don't let it happen to you. Don't let it happen any longer, because now you know what to do about it. Go and ask people. Episode 8, I talked about mind power, another great subject, and another one I could talk about all day. I've attended many mind power kind of seminars and talking into developing your destiny and all those kind of things. But it's intriguing, it's exciting, and it's powerful, yet often neglected as an important tool in your tool belt for success as an entrepreneur. A costly mistake to make, by the way, because we must rectify that sooner rather than later. Because the same as with habits, keep going where you're at without making any adjustment at your peril. Mind power is the same. Now, this is a subject I as I say, an hour never covered it before, and a few minutes just now certainly doesn't. But we're looking back at this, and not just because it's so fascinating, but it's also because mind power is beyond measure, and we really need to learn to tap into the unlimited potential we all have deep within us and deep within our heads. Embrace your power, and do not just live the life you have, but the one you deserve. You are more powerful than you think. How can you harness the power as an entrepreneur? That's what you need to find out. And I talked into that, and I gave you some basics into the episode when I worked in it. But there is simple things you can do. Even affirmations help you in your mind. Positive affirmations. Find out what affirmations are. Talk positively to yourself. What you talk about in your head is very important. I did it on my self-care series as well. The most important conversations you have on a daily basis is the ones you have with yourself. And you might say, no, in your back you might say, no, I don't. Yes, I do. That voice that just told you that you don't have them, that's that voice you need to listen to. And you can program that voice. If you have negative conversations, get them out. Mind power works both positively and negatively. So be very careful how you think. You are what you think about, the power of attraction, the law of attraction and all that kind of stuff. It all works. Mind power is amazing. You can get the book by John Cahill. It's called Mind Power, and you can get one for your children and help your children as well. Mind Power for Children. It's amazing titles, but look into them because it is empowering. It is empowering, yeah, but it is powerful and it is important for your life. Any one of the points you can implement in your life using mind power will enhance your life and take it to a level that you probably never thought possible if you hadn't looked into this. Go and buy that book. You can get it online as well. Go and get the book, read the book, and even look at the movie The Secret. It talks into that, and so many people from around the world, inspirational people, talk into that. But it gives you an idea because the law of attraction talks into that, and that's a law. The same as gravity is a law. You are what you think about. You are what you speak into, inside and outside. There is so many of these kind of things, but learn about them. That might make you be more careful in how you speak to yourself and how you speak to others and how you think and what you think about. Mind power. Then we had episode 9, and I spoke about the choices and decisions we make and how we as entrepreneurs must make a decision to put self-care higher on our to-do list as well. I already talked into that. It is so important because we put it on the back burner or forget about it. The same as personal development, by the way. Put it also on the back burner, forget about it, the people side. That's why we're here. That's why we have a people day, because the soft skills, the personal side is important, because after all, you are a person, you're going to be dealing with people, so you better know how to connect that into your other technical skills, your hard skills. They're also important. But 3 main skills in 2020, as by LinkedIn said: leadership, creativity, and communication. Now, all of them are soft skills, but there is so much more, and we're talking to leadership as well, of course, and one of the 5 pillars in my new program, the 5 pillars of entrepreneurship, is about leadership, but the first pillar is completely about entrepreneurship, about your idea, how you're finding it, developing it, researching it, branding, your business platform, your social media, your business strategy. Simple basics at least, but I mean, by the time you get through the first pillar, you should have a fair idea about your branding and all that kind of stuff, the basics of it, and have at least a holistic picture of where you want to go. So that's what I'm busy with just now, but we might always make and have amazing plans, goals, and a vision, but if we continue to neglect our health and well-being, none of that matters anymore. There is plenty of people who became so wealthy that they ended up in wheelchairs, that they ended up in hospital and died not of old age, but of diseases that could have been avoided if they'd looked after themselves. Look the history of these people. But self-care is not about being selfish. It's about ensuring we are around long enough for our loved ones to spend some quality time and celebrate our success with them. Being decisive allows you to make the right choices. Again, I talked into this very carefully in the episode about the difference between decisions and between making choices. And there is a big difference, of course, but you make the choices and then you decide what you're going to do with those choices. But first of all, you have to make some choices about all the kind of stuff I've been talking about. And I hope you make some positive choices, because you are important. You are important to us as well as you are important to the person in the mirror and your loved ones. And of course, to your business partners and everybody else, your employees. So get into that. And then we looked into episode number 10. Yes, I've got another half a minute, so I'm going to talk into episode number 10 already. But I talked into the intentional leader and how they influence for impact. Those 3 I's are becoming a great leader in your business: intention, influence, and impact. I will talk into that when I come back, but I want you all to come and join us. Go to the website and click on the Join Us link and become an integral part of the IBGR family. Like and share this with your friends and bring other family with you. Bring other people with you, because great leaders, what I'm going to be talking about, great leaders help others and lead the way and show them the way. So if you get information out of it that you think is good for you or others, bring it with you. But join us in Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter, and we will see you after the break. But don't go away.